So the next step is going to be connecting your Google Calendar directly to your Krista Mashore coaching CRM. So we're going to hit settings in the bottom left menu again. And from there, we're going to go to integrations. You will see connect your locations Google account with the Google icon or logo. Go ahead and click connect. From here, it's going to pull up your Google accounts, and we're simply going to go through the process to log in. So I'm going to allow after I've selected the permissions. And then if you do have a location linked to this, so a Google My Business, you can go ahead and select from the dropdown. This is a test account, so I can show you guys how to set this all up. And I don't have a business link to it, but if there was, there would be a little drop-down bar here so that you can select the correct account. Now we're just going to hit close. The next step that we're going to do is going to be to move over to calendars, right? So we already have a couple of calendars that are here that are synced, but I'm going to show you really fast just how to do this. So let's just say that we have a consultation, right? And we're just going to say appointment with potential buyer or seller. From there, we're going to scroll down and you will see link to calendar. We're going to click Google. From Google Calendar, we're going to click the drop down and select the calendar that we want to sync. This is where it gets extremely important. So the option that immediately gets selected is one-way syncing, right? So if someone books an appointment in your Krista Mashore coaching CRM, that means that it's going to automatically sync to your Google account as well. But in one-way syncing, if someone books an appointment in Google, it's not going to populate in the CRM. So you want to make sure that you move this to two-way syncing option. So that way it syncs back and forth between either platform and we don't run into an area where we're double booked. So we're going to hit save and continue. This next screen is going to give us some parameters for availability. So this depends on what kind of an appointment you want to set up for this particular calendar. Is a consultation going to be a 15-minute call? Is it going to be an hour-long call? Is it going to be 2 hours? So you can select that for yourself. I also like to put a buffer in between appointments. So that way when I'm wrapped up and I'm done working with a client, a potential lead, I can take very good notes on that particular lead. Now, taking good notes is extremely important, especially when it boils down to the details of what they're looking for in a home. But most importantly, I would say rapport building aspects, especially if this is a brand new lead. So let's say in your fact finding, you found out that somebody needed to purchase a new home because they had a baby on the way and they needed to expand their living space. That would be a great thing to notate so that you can bring it up and just ask how everything's coming along in that next call. So that way you can spark some instant rapport right out of the gate. Right now, you can also choose the number of appointments per slot. So if you have a team that's operating out of one calendar, and let's say you have 4 team members, you want to make sure that you have 4 appointments available per each individual slot, right? Now, you're also going to have minimum schedule notice below. I like to have my schedules or mine be booked at least 2 hours before my call or my meeting, so that way I have time to prep and get ready for that. But that really boils down to personal preference. I work with a lot of agents that prefer to have it be 1 day prior so that they know that that appointment is in for the next day, not the same day. The next thing that you can look at is office hours. Are you a Sunday through Saturday person or are you a Monday through Friday person, right? You can also select the hours that you work for each specific day. So this can all be changed just by clicking the button, and you can scroll down and we can say, okay, I want to work until 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. So that way you can adjust your calendar accordingly to fit your schedule and your personal lifestyle. Once we hit save and continue, this last section is going to be for if you have any custom forums that are linked to this, anything along those lines. I'd also recommend adding in your Facebook Pixel ID into these so that you can track any of those appointments that are being scheduled with you, and then go ahead and click complete at the bottom of the page. So now our calendar is linked up, and that is going to sync directly or back and forth between Google and between your Krista Mayshore coaching CRM. The next thing that you want to do is go into calendars, and you want to make sure that team management, and you want to make sure that this calendar is actively synced to your account. You can also make this a primary calendar as well, so that you have everything set up here. So what we would do there is click on primary calendar. You would click on the email address that you wish to use, and then you would select a default calendar, right? So this is your default calendar. Go ahead and hit save, and this will now be the primary calendar that is used on your individual account. Next thing that we're going to do is go ahead and move forward and show you guys how to connect to your Gmail so that you can sync emails back and forth between the platform and your regular Gmail account.